Hello children, now let us start chapter 2, that is current electricity. In this chapter we will learn first Ohm's law, resistivity, conductivity, mobility, limitation of Ohm's law, electric power, Kirchhoff's rule, Wheatstone bridge and potentiometer. But right now we will confine ourselves with this one, that is drift velocity, Ohm's law, resistivity and conductivity, mobility, limitation of Ohm's law. Here the chart is given. Just to recap, which formula you have studied in class 10. Now first drift velocity. Then we will learn the Ohm's law. Let us a conductor of length L across which electric field is applied from this battery A to B, and due to applied electric field, electron drift from right to left, and the conventional current is left to right. Now the drift velocity is the average velocity with which the free electrons get drifted in a direction opposite to the applied electric field. So it is the average velocity. Now how we find its expression? Due to this electric field, force on each electron F equal to minus E. E is the charge of electron and E is the applied field. Here the negative sign is for the direction of the force. Due to this force, each electron will experience an acceleration, and that value will be F by m. So acceleration equal to minus E by m into E. Now if we use the equation of motion V equal to U plus AT and averaging this one, then this average velocity, here see the definition, the average velocity with which the free electrons get drifted. So it is represented as Vd, and this velocity is 0, and if we substitute the value of acceleration, then we will get Vd equal to negative of E by m into tau. This tau is relaxation time. Now the relation between drift velocity and current. If area of cross section is A, length of the conductor is L, then volume of conductor is AL. Now if we let number of electrons per unit volume is N, then total number of electron in this conductor will be NaL. Now the charge on an electron is E, then total charge Q equal to NaL into E. So time taken to cross the conductor T equal to length by velocity. Now I equal to Q by T, so Q equal to NaLe by L by Vd. This L and this L got cancelled, so I equal to NeAVd. How we can remember this one? See, volume R, total number of electrons null, where this small n is number of electrons per unit volume, total charge nulli, then I equal to NeAVd. these four terms we should remember: all, null, nully, NEAVD. Now come to the Ohm's law. Though Ohm's law we have learnt in class 10, if we remember, it is given by J.S. Ohm in 1828, and if we remember its statement that says the electric current flowing through a conductor is directly proportional to the potential difference across the two ends of conductor when physical conditions such as temperature, mechanical strain remain the same. So let us here, if a conductor across which a potential difference is created by a battery V, then electrons starts drifting from negative to positive, and the direction of conventional current is from positive end to negative end. And if see here the statement, the electric current is directly proportional to potential difference. So I is proportional to V, or V is proportional to I. So if we plot the graph between V and I, we will get a straight line passing through origin. So V equal to Ri, where R is the resistance of the conductor. Now if we see this equation, it is in the form of Y equal to Mx. C is 0 because it is passing through origin, where M is the slope. So its slope M is I by V. Now this R, which is the resistance, its SI unit is Ohm. Remember, resistance depends on material of the conductor and dimensions, that is length and area of the conductor. The resistance is directly proportional to the length and inversely proportional to cross-sectional area of the conductor. Thus, R is proportional to L by A. So R equal to rho L by A. Rho, this constant of proportionality rho is called resistivity. Depends on the material of the conductor but does not depend on its dimension. So see here, the resistance depends on dimensions as well as material of the conductor, while resistivity depends only on the material of the conductor. Now, do these two questions. Write the dimension of resistance. How we write the dimensional formula we have learnt in class 11. State SI unit and dimensions of resistivity. Now current density. Once again, see the conductor of length L. Electric field is applied with the help of a battery. Now from Ohm's law, V equal to Ri and R equal to rho L by A. So V equal to I rho L by A. This I by A is called current density, denoted by J. So V equal to J rho L means current per unit area norm taken here, area vector normal to the current, that is I by A, is called current density. If electric field is uniform, then V equal to EL. This we have learnt in the chapter electrostatic. So if we solve equation 1 and equation 2, this equation and this equation, we will find vector E equal to J into rho, or J equal to E by rho, and 1 by rho, that is called conductivity. Reciprocal of resistivity is called conductivity, denoted by sigma. these two relation is microscopic form of Ohm's law. Now once again write the unit and dimensional formula of current density J. How we can express electric current in vector form? So write these questions. Now resistivity and conductivity. Once again we have seen already this relation I equal to NEA/VD, or VD equal to the magnitude of VD is E tau by M, and V equal to EL. Now if we use the Ohm's law, R equal to V by I, then EL by it will be N E tau A E square and this M here. So R equal to M by NE square tau L by A. From the definition of resistance, R equal to rho L by A. So from these two equations, rho equal to this MNE square tau. So conductivity equal to 1 by rho, that is NE square tau by M. Here the conductivity arises from the mobile charge carrier. Now in the conductor, especially metal mobile charge carriers are electrons, while in insulator, no charge carrier. In semiconductors, electrons and holes. In liquid, charge carriers are positive and negative ions. Now the mobility. Let us once again, a conductor of length L, cross section area is A, is connected with a battery, so that potential difference V. Now due to this electric field, electrons starts drifting with average velocity Vd. Now the relation between drift velocity and electric field, that is the mobility. So the magnitude of drift velocity per unit electric field is called mobility. It is denoted by mu. So mu equal to Vd by E. The SI unit of mobility, if from here we can write m square by volt second. It's a positive quantity. Now Vd equal to E tau E by M. So mu equal to E tau by M, where tau is the average collision time or relaxation time for electrons. Now the limitations of Ohm's law. Materials which obey Ohm's law called ohmic material. The devices used in electric circuit, especially metal, are ohmic material, and the materials which do not obey Ohm's law are called non-ohmic material. For example, electronic devices. About electronic devices, we will learn in the chapter semiconductors. So here, that is the junction diode, gallium arsenide. Now see this graph. Here in this graph, V and I are directly proportional, so it is for a conductor. Here see, V and I are not proportional. This VI graph is of a diode. In this graph here, see, it is gallium arsenide. See, up to this range, voltage and current are, graph is linear, so obey the Ohm's law. But here, this Graph is non-linear. Again, graph is non-linear. But see here, on increasing voltage, current is decreasing. So from this to this part, resistance is negative, and from this origin to this part, resistance is positive. Now here are some questions, important questions for board examination. First is obtain the relation. Several relations are given. A conductor of length is connected to a DC source of potential V. If the length of the conductor is tripled by gradually stretching it, keeping V constant, how will drift velocity, resistance of conductor be affected? Justify your answer. Plot graph showing variation of current versus voltage for the material gallium arsenide. Here a graph is given. Just right now we have discussed up to this which part resistance is positive and resistance is negative, and another is define the term mobility of the charge carrier in a conductor, write its SI unit. So today for this, next we will learn especially the resistivity, temperature dependence of resistivity, and others. Thank you.